All right, so I got the Python on now. I'm starting to fill it up. And as it fills, I'm going to really try hard to get this shrimp out of here. Aha. All right, shrimp secure and safe. So now there's no livestock in here at all, which is good. So I have a whole home RO system that runs through a calcite chamber that brings the carbonate hardness up to 2, leaves the GH stripped. The carbonate hardness runs through a calcite chamber, so it's a nice source of KH. And then I remineralize with APT Sky or Sky Plus if I need to get the KH higher, like for the shell dweller tank or other shell dweller tank, I'll add some APT Sky Plus. But this is pretty much RO that has been pre-remineralized. All right, so the substrate, if you notice, I'm, like I said, putting them into a bucket. That makes it easier for you to reuse. I'm not reusing it. Like I said, I'm kind of just dumping this into a plant bucket, and it will get reused in some form, but I'm not going to be reusing the substrate for another tank. And that should be enough for me to get a good amount of substrate out of there. So we got some more rocks exposed here. That's a good one. I'm happy I got this one out of there. Ever get excited about finding your old stones? And this one I'm real happy about too. So you can see that this is actually silicone. So I built this bigger piece out of the water there, and I had siliconed it down. I like using silicone if I'm building when it's dry because that's already off and ready to go. It was that easy. No, trying to scrape super glue off or whatever. So if you're building a scape and it's dry and you have time and you're not rushing it, silicone is nice. A hidden piece of dragonstone. So sometimes in scapes I will use inert stones like dragonstone or lava stone, and I will put it underneath stuff to kind of have a bolster, a little boost up there. Also use it to reinforce substrate, stuff like that. But you never see it in a scape, but it's there. But that's in most of them. In the 120p I'm doing right now, there's actual bricks from Home Depot that I used to give myself some elevation. Bricks and bags of lava rubble. Aquascaping, competition aquascaping, you're being judged on a photograph. So it's a moment in time, a split second of how your tank looks at that split second. So when you're scaping and you're designing something for a competition aquascape and stuff like that, keep that in mind. Your plants have to grow, tank has to mature, stuff like that. So detail work and, small stones, thin sticks, sticks that could deteriorate away or stuff like that, they're better to add later on in the life of the aquascape, more closer to when you'd actually be being judged for that scape. Adding them too soon can cause them to, like I said, deteriorate or become overrun with, certain spot algae and stuff like that. And it's just easier on you to keep that in check. I can't believe I found that. I dropped it in there and I found it. Just keep it in check in the beginning by making design choices that, prevent that type of stuff. And, with me having all the clients I have for doing aquascapes and stuff like that, I have to keep that in mind a lot, because I don't want these scapes to meet their end based on my poor design. I want them to live on for as long as possible in these people's homes, because they really enjoy it. Oh, here comes another big old block of dragonstone. Look at that one. I didn't even know that was there. I forgot about it. So little tricks and stuff at the base layer, stuff like that. Ooh, this one got sloppy. So I'll show you this, but this is Thermoplastics. So when I did this scape, I was messing around with Thermoplastics as well, I guess. I don't really use it too much anymore. I'm not a big fan of the Thermoplastics. They tend to fail sometimes, but this one seems to be holding on pretty nicely, actually. So, but it pops off pretty easy still, just like the silicone. Makes a little bit of a mess, but it's fun. Thermoplastics are cool. You can order everything you need from Amazon and stuff like that. Just Google Thermoplastics. Maybe one day I'll do something on it, but the original person who started using Thermoplastics in the hobby is Kevin Kelly of Brooklyn Hardscapes. So I think he has a whole bunch of videos. If you want to learn good stuff about Thermoplastics, he's the guy. It's Kevin Kelly. I'll try to see if he has his channel still up. If he does, I'll link it. But that guy is amazing. He has taught me a whole bunch that I still use to this day. And I will forever be grateful to him. Look at all the rocks I have to use now. I'm so happy. Like, really happy. Because it's extremely expensive to get rocks shipped from California to Florida. Like, the rocks themselves aren't that bad. He doesn't rip you off for the stones. Keep in mind, he does hand collect every single stone, so the rocks are definitely worth what he charges for them. It's just the shipping. The shipping is killer. Killer. Alright, so here comes a big plume of stuff. So this is all kind of connected here. Hopefully a rock doesn't fall off and break my tank. Nope. This was what I built outside of the tank, just to give you the other side of it. I didn't do a great job with the silicone. I'm not claiming to be a silicone master. But this is, that was the structure that I had built on a piece of wood that I cut to fit exactly the tank, and I built from there as far as what I wanted to have as like a skeletal structure to build off of, and that gave me the perfect layout to build up upon it. So a lot of times I'll do that. I'll start building outside of the scape, or on a separate platform. I'll never really build a whole insertion. That's kind of crazy. I haven't done that yet. I would like to. Honestly, I think that's kind of cool because I like diorama style scapes. Maybe we'll do that one day. But the building aspects of the scape outside of the tank makes it a lot easier. It's just hard to get inside the glass sometimes. So that's the difference between super glue and thermoplastics and silicone. Super glue is really hard to get off, and it breaks off sharp sometimes and cuts you. So I always use a screwdriver or like a little chisel thing. I'm going to go ahead and take this hardscape outside, fill the tank up a little bit more, dump these buckets, and then continue to suck it all out and wipe the tank down and all that fun stuff. Right now I'm wiping the glass off, and I do this part, a lot of people could say, you can just go dump the tank, but, I want to set it back up, so if it's clean, it makes that setting it back up part easier. And it's easier to clean it when it has water in it, so you don't scratch it. So that's why I do it like this. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. Just going to kind of pull the equipment off and all that stuff. That stuff's pretty standard, you know. I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next week, look out for some new stuff from us. We're going to have lots of stuff coming up. I got a lot of tanks emptying out here as this competition season wraps up. I have 1, 2, 3... I have 3 tanks that I'll take final photos of within the next month, and then have them broke down. And then what we'll do is, you know, gotta scape new tanks, right? So that's when the scape series kind of starts hard with us here, is when I have the empty tanks that I can work in and start building again, which will be this tank, another 60C over yonder, a 90P over there, another 90P over there, 45C and a 45P. So lots of tanks to come, various sizes. So if you're a nano tank person, stay tuned. I'll have nano tank stuff. If you're a big tank person, stay tuned. I'll have big tank stuff. We are starting to film a little bit of my work in my competition 120P, but that won't come out till probably late 2026. So stay on the lookout for that next year. But, you know, that's how it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this once again. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you can get our next videos and potentially even see us go live soon.